Boy, this way, boy. Slow down, boy.
Is Kratos a good dad? Now, in order to take a look at the relationship between Kratos and Atreus, it's only right to take a look at the relationship between him and his daughter Calliope. Did you know he had a daughter? Yeah, Kratos was definitely getting it in. Quick backstory. Kratos was married to a woman named Lysandra, and they had a kid named Calliope. When Calliope was born, she had developed a rare skin disease that made her extremely weak. According to Spartan law, Calliope would have had to been thrown into a chasm in order to die. Kratos defied the law. However, Kratos completed a long journey to find the elixir known as the Amberosa, which held the power to heal Calliope, which it did. He was very in and out of her life, going to war and stuff, but he did make her a flute that she loved to play. Because when you're out of your child's life for so long, just hand him a toy, it'll make everything better. Later, unfortunately, Kratos was blinded by rage and was tricked into killing his wife and child by Ares, who thought that they were taking away too much of his time. Like, what the heck? Shave. After her death, Calliope was allowed to live among the pure souls of the Elysium fields, at the base of the Pillar of the World, where she was found playing her flute out. Kratos eventually finds Calliope and sacrifices his weapon so he would finally be able to see her again. Upon arrival, Kratos and Calliope were then happily reunited, but the reunion was cut short, however, as Persephone revealed the scope of her plans to use Atlas to destroy the Pillar of the World, which would destroy both Earth and Mount Olympus, and kill all life. When Kratos realized that Elysium would fall too and Calliope would die again, he charged at the goddess and stated that he would not lose his child again. However, Kratos was easily knocked away as Calliope ran to his side. Kratos knew in order to stop Persephone's plan, he would be forced to make the impossibly painful decision to forsake his place with Calliope and reluctantly push her aside.
Father, no!
Calliope was helpless to watch Kratos massacre all of the other souls in Elysium. He regained all of his abilities back in the process and became the ghost of Sparta once again. There was a lot of back and forth between him and his daughter. You could tell he loved her, but his focuses were on all the wrong things. You could also tell that his daughter was just so heartbroken at the end of it all. She just wanted her dad to be with her at the end of the day, and he never was. He was constantly seeking revenge on the people that had done him wrong, constantly trying to make things right, to make himself feel better, I guess. But did it really make him feel better? That's for another day. But it always ended up biting him in the butt. The reason why him and Calliope is so important is because he intentionally tries to change his actions and wrongdoings in God of War 2018. He abandoned his life of rage and revenge to finally be able to settle down. There was no more killing gods just for the sake of killing gods. As we all know, when Atreus found out that he was a god, he had gotten a little big-headed, and Kratos snapped it out of him real quick.
Nobody cared about him anyways. What's the difference?
There are consequences to killing a god!
When Kratos' wife died, Faye, it was really hard for him to be a single parent because he was very bitter and angry all of the time. Naturally, he was very hard on Atreus, teaching him to hunt, suppress his emotions, and just how to survive altogether. They were constantly training, transforming Atreus into a warrior. This was really hard to Atreus, especially seeing that Atreus was very different from Kratos. In fact, he hated training. But all Kratos wanted to do was make sure that if something happened to him, Atreus could look after himself if need be. Kratos was strong, intimidating, and kinda gruff, but Atreus was more knowledgeable. He knew how to read, and he had more heart to him for caring for animals and all this other stuff. Kratos taught Atreus a lot of hard lessons that at the end of the day needed to be learned anyways. Even if Atreus was upset most of the time, it needed to be done. In the beginning of God of War 2022, you could see that Atreus had really matured, and Kratos recognizes this. They even formed a relationship. Atreus seeks knowledge of his history and started going out on his own. But it is hard for Kratos to trust and let go. He is very overprotective. But that could sometimes be a good thing. It shows love. This could also very well stem from the loss of his two past wives and his daughter. I don't think Kratos is perfect by any means. But what parent is perfect? He learned to listen. In my opinion, Kratos is a good dad. What matters the most is that he learned to adapt. By the end of God of War Ragnarok, he had learned to open himself up to the world so he could finally be at peace. Learning not only to feel love, but also be able to show it instead of hate. And letting Atreus know that it is okay to show emotion, but not to let emotions overcome him at the same time.
She was our friend.
Kratos did a good job raising Atreus to be the man he always wanted him to be, even if it's not how he expected. Kratos is very hot and cold, but you can clearly tell that he loves his children. It might be tough love, but it's love. He trusted Atreus to finally be out on his own and make his own path. And he was proud. I love Smitten Kratos. Kratos might not have been a good parent in the beginning, but by the end he encourages Atreus to be good. He kept the boy entertained. He had his proud moments. He teaches him.
Watch your tone, boy.
He was very protective. And even though he does come off cold most of the time, he still finds a way to comfort him. I'm glad Kratos finally learned that not everything needs a reaction. That's one of the hardest lessons in life. He finally realized how much it was affecting his child, and he finally put it to an end and learned to love. But what the heck do I know? I don't have kids. Do you think Kratos is a good dad? I'm sure if you like this video, you'll like this one as well. AK out.